Battle Ram takes up just 6.2 megabytes of your hard drive, but provides plenty more screams, frustrations, and genuine achievements once you get past the different waves of enemies that will come at you and your poor little Battle Rammy friend. In this game you play as a ram, and it's all mouse based, this game. So you move around and the ram chases your mouse cursor around the screen, and you've got to stay within the circular centre of the arena. If you move outside of that circle, ram dies, game over. And what happens is that each wave of enemies will come towards you with different tactics to try and kill you with the bombs that it throws. And as you clear each wave, once you've then killed everything in sight or survived the onslaught of dodge 'em ups that you need to do through missiles or lasers coming at you from across the screen, you'll then make it to the tick in the centre to then complete that wave and move on to the next one. What Battle Ram does really, really well is start out a very simple idea and then chooses to add on complexity through the waves of enemies that you have to face. So it will give you like one wave of dodging lasers, then it will give you one wave of having to ram and kill certain types of enemies that will shoot 1 or 3 bullets at you or bombs at you. Then it will start to combine those enemies with the missiles or lasers. So you're having to juggle 2 things at once, and it builds and builds and builds from there, bringing out harder, more difficult versions of the enemies that you've seen before, and combining it with even more densely packed missile or lasers like arenas for you to try and keep away from. The beauty of this is that it's all within your gift to survive, and sometimes being passive is the best way to go, because whenever an enemy throws a bomb at you, you need to move out of the way, but if it hits an enemy, that loses them a health point too. And so what I found was quite a useful strategy for later on in the game was to kind of run around the edge of the ring trying to avoid all of the different enemy fire coming towards me, but kind of starting off behind like a group of enemies that I could then quickly run away from before their bomb got to me, because then the bombs would land and kill some of the HP off of them, and I didn't have to think about ramming. And that's really crucial when you've got like lasers and missiles flying around as well, that if you ram something you're going to rebound off and quite likely ram back into and die. You can play this game one of 2 ways if you're manual about it. If you die, you respawn at the level that you'd got to in Battle Ram up until that point, but you can continuously reset your progress and try it almost like a roguelike in a way. Although there's no specific progression throughout, it's just you ramming around your different enemies trying to survive. And whilst the gameplay itself is really good fun for the duration of the game that you've got, which takes about 40-45 minutes to get through, the actual replayability of this is quite low, because it's the same types of enemies with the same types of layouts doing the same types of things each time. And so I think if you wanted longevity from Battle Ram, it needs to have some randomization in the way how it pulls things together to make each run feel unique, or to put it up against maybe, I don't know, a death counter that then becomes an online leaderboard, for example. But it's well worth putting into context that this game costs 89 pence, so it's not going to break your bank balance, and it absolutely serves up good fun for the price point that you're getting it from. But like, don't expect to be 10 hours in ramming around things with your little animal being like, come on, because it just doesn't have that there. So yeah, if you're looking for a cheap and cheerful, rage quitty but quite satisfying when you get it right, ram 'em up, oh dear, that's probably for Xtube to be fair, then Battle Ram's probably a game to go to. Really cheap, cheerful, but good fun. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.